textile upcycling artist, entrepreneur, activist, and I am here to I share with I live stream each week on all sorts of social media platforms. And for the next few weeks, for the foreseeable future, we are changing the time from 11 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, just to accommodate a scheduling conflict that I had. So welcome everybody. If this is your first time here, I hope you can put this right in your calendar, because every Tuesday, just for about 20 minutes, we talk about textile upcycling and what you can do in your life to reduce your textile consumption and to be a little bit mindful about our textile waste crisis on planet Earth. You might be a textile recycler already, or you might just be interested in learning a little bit more about that. So let me know. Where are you tuning in from? Are you tuning in live, or are you tuning in listening to this as a recording? And I'd like to know your location. If you have a chance, type that right in the chat. Let me know how you're doing. And are you a textile upcycler? So where are you from? And is this something that you participate in already, or is this something that you would like to learn more about? Either way, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. Today, we're going to talk about building a truly sustainable textile upcycling business, which is my passion. I love to help entrepreneurs turn their textile upcycling craft and art into something that is really a sustaining business. So when I say truly sustainable, what I mean is that business supports your community, the planet, because you're upcycling textiles, and it also really supports you in your ideal life. And I started a textile upcycling business back in 1987. I'm not sure where the last 37 years of life went, but it's been a fun path, I can certainly tell you that. So over those years, I have been able to make my livelihood by textile upcycling. And, for the first few years, it was a bit of a struggle. The income level didn't really meet my needs as far as like having what I needed. I did not have health insurance. I did not have a retirement fund. And I feel like those things are super important, not only for your well-being, but also to kind of validate what you are doing as a textile upcycling artist in the world. So if you are like me and you love the idea of having a textile upcycling business that truly supports you and your ideal life, you found the right place. And there's a couple of things that I wanted to share with you that will help you even take that to the next level. So I have, first of all, I'm sitting on a yoga ball and it's a little rolly. So if I fall over, I'll be right back. So let's see. Rags to Riches Textile Upcycling Podcast has been on hiatus for the last little bit as we restructure and reconfigure our platforms for producing the podcast that I am so excited about launching on Monday. So if you haven't had an opportunity to listen to Rags to Riches Textile Upcycling Podcast, do so. There are 6 episodes out there in the world already. And on Monday, episode number 7 will be releasing. So I'm super excited about that. And it's all about a lot of interviews, a lot of people who do textile upcycling. And it's also just a way to encourage you to know that you do have an impact. And you can make creative choices every day that support the planet and yourself. And also it really encourages creativity and just a way to have creative individuality in the way that you dress, or that you might want to even sell your work so that others can have that creative ingenuity in the way that they are presenting themselves to the world as well. So has anybody out there listened? Oh, I see Carrie. I see a lot of waves over here, guys. Hi, everybody. Hi, Carrie. Hi, I'm looking at a screen that's got kind of a glare on it, so it's hard for me to read, but I do see that, let's see, Betsy. Hey, Betsy, tuning in from Westport, Connecticut. Thanks so much for being with us. Let me know, have you listened before? Have you participated before? Joanne Rich. Hello. Hi, Jane. Oh, my goodness. So cool. Sully's Mitten Company. Hello. I'm so glad that you guys are here. So, if you're ready to take that creative passion that you might have for textiles and textile upcycling and take it to the next level, where whether or not you're in business already, like honestly, I was in business for many years where I was just like, I hit this wall one day and I was just like, you know what? It was the day that I realized that I was eligible for food stamps while employing 40 people that I thought, this is not working out. I need to make more money. I need to have the ability to save. I need to put money away for my kids' college education if that's what they choose. I cannot continue this path. It's not just me anymore. I have a family and I need to make this work for them too. And from that day, I just set myself on a mission to figure out a way to take the business that I absolutely loved and the lifestyle that went with it and make it a really viable and what I call a truly sustainable business. So the podcast is one way you can learn about that. Just learn how other people have done that, right? Um, the people who I interview are all either textile upcyclers or people who are doing amazing work that is helpful for those of us who are creating textile upcycling businesses. I have an interview coming up with a marketing aficionado. I have, sales tips and tricks for people who are looking to sell more product, maybe sell in different venues. And I have workshopping sessions. So if you are a textile upcycling entrepreneur and you're just struggling with something, there's a hurdle that's just, you're not getting over that and you just need a little advice, we will have opportunity for you to come on the air with me and talk about what those hurdles are and sort them out and find ways for you to get over those hurdles and move into the next chapter of your business. Um, then we are also launching, well, actually, you guys, last year, I'm sorry, it seems like last year, but it was actually in April of 2022, I hosted something called the Rags to Riches Textile Upcycling Summit. And I loved it. It was so gratifying and awesome for me as someone who's been in this field for such a long time to be able to gather together a whole bunch of creative textile upcycling leaders and authors and activists and entrepreneurs to share their knowledge and support for those of us who are learning and coming into the movement and building momentum to change the way humans consume textiles. So I am already starting to plan the 2023 event. So mark your calendars. April 12th through 14th. It's a 3-day event. It's all online. It's all virtual. And this year, you guys, there's going to be an opportunity for you to participate in it for free. Last year, we charged $284 to participate. And I've just been thinking about that a lot. And I'm like, you know what? One of the things I love the most about textile upcycling is that it's very accessible. I started my business with 20 bucks and a really good pair of sharp scissors. And here I am. I think, I don't know how many years later. I can't do math in my head that quick, but 30 plus years later, here I am still doing it. The investment to get started is really pretty doable for most people. You just have to have creative passion. You have to have like inspiring thoughts and think through ways you can create work that is really individual and original to you. And you can start a business. So last year's summit was quite expensive, maybe not so accessible for most people. And I just thought, you know what? I want to make this accessible. So you can get in for free. You can attend the summit for free. And there's going to be also other opportunities to do things like have an all access pass where you will have access to recordings of the sessions that you didn't attend. We will have VIP early bird tickets available. Those are going to be available way ahead of time so that you can gift those as holiday gifts if that's something that would work nicely for your people. But more important than anything is that this platform and this work and the leaders in our arena are they're doing such important work that I feel like it's really important that we make that accessible to all. So the summit will be free of charge to attend live. And if you'd like to have access to recordings or our private group online, that will be something that you can purchase to kind of augment your experience for the summit. But first and foremost, mark your calendars, April 12th through 14th, 2023. It's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it comes on right before Earth Day. So you'll have a little time to kind of think about all the presentations and inspiration that you will receive by attending the summit, and bring those into your Earth Day celebrations, whatever those might be. So let me see. Oh my goodness, there's so many people here. I bought from you back then, Rag Poets. Oh my goodness. But oh my goodness. So I can't really read that very well because I don't have my glasses on. The screen is super glared. But Rag Poets was one of my accounts that I sold to when I had my production company way back in the day. Thank you for tuning in. It's so nice to have you with us. Oh, Deborah Rappaport is with us. Oh my gosh, Leo's Dry Goods. My girlfriend Sherry. Holy moly, this is awesome. So thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. I'd like to try to keep these sessions to just like a 20-minute segment to inspire textile upcycling. And just to reiterate, we are going to, the podcast, Rags to Riches Textile Upcycling Podcast, we will have our first new episode out on Monday. If you're a member of Stitcherhood, you can access that recording on Sunday. So the Stitcherhood is my online membership for textile upcycling entrepreneurs, and they get access to the podcast episodes a day ahead of time. And podcast is obviously free and really super inspiring. I have amazing guests, including Miss Deborah Rappaport, who is with us today on Instagram. Hi, Deborah. And additionally, there is the summit coming up. And in between those two things, you guys, we are putting together a course that is a collection of recordings from our very first Rags to Riches Textile Upcycling Summit 2022. So if you're interested in kind of diving in a little deeper before the summit goes live in April, that will be an opportunity to do that and just hear from some of the leaders in our circle that are really doing incredible work to educate, to curb the textile waste crisis that we are creating as humans on the planet, and to offer alternatives to empower us with optimism and creativity to know that our choices do actually have a positive impact on the world when we're making them with education and just knowledge, right? If you have the knowledge, it's so much easier to use it. Hey, Kim. Kim saying hi. Thanks for being with us. It's so nice to see you here. So does anybody have any questions that I could answer about creating that textile upcycling business that really supports your ideal life, that sustainable business that is really going to help you get to a place where you have what you need, you have a retirement fund, you have health insurance, you have a great business that serves you, you don't have to work 90 hours a week to make it all work. Those are the things that I like to really focus on, because I feel like a lot of the kind of business people don't really understand how to make it work with textile upcycling, because everything is really one of a kind, right? Like you're using the materials that are accessible to you, and often, no matter what, even if you have a really consistent flow of material, if you're using denim jeans, they're all different sizes, they're different weights, different colors. So how does that play a role in the individuality of what you offer? And how do you make that suitable to sell in either a wholesale or retail setting? I can help you with those things. And the courses that we have put together are designed to do just that as well. So for the next few weeks, and it actually might be something that we roll with for the long term, we've changed the time of these sessions. So traditionally they've been held at 11 o'clock in the morning, and beginning today with today's session and going into the next few weeks for sure, they will be at 2:30 in the afternoon Eastern time, New York City time. So I can make my schedule work. I had a conflict that kept me from being able to keep the 11 o'clock slot for these. So thank you so much for tuning in with me today. I hope that you have found some inspiration here today. And if you have questions, or you have that hurdle that we were talking about a little bit earlier, with something that's in your textile upcycling path that's keeping you from feeling like you can move forward, let me know. Oftentimes, those things are common, and other people share those with you. And it might make a really great subject matter for one of our Textile Alchemy episodes here live. Um, Maybe it'll be a blog post. Maybe it'll come, you never know, it could be a podcast episode. So it's really helpful to know what where you're stumbling, what points are kind of those pain points for you, and that way I can kind of help you move past those. So thanks again for tuning in today. Let me know where you're tuning in from, whether or not this is your first time, and if you're watching live or if this is a recording that you caught. Um, Regardless, I am so happy that you're here. It's a lovely pleasure to have these amazing like tech platforms, right, where we can actually chat together and still be like thousands of miles apart sometimes. So thanks so much. And let's see. Hi, Crispina. Oh, Suzanne says, great to chat with you and Lucy and Rhinebeck. Such a great inspiration. Thanks. Hug, Suzanne. Suzanne, you're the best. Thank you so much. So Suzanne is referring to the Rhinebeck Sheep and Wool Festival where I was selling this past weekend. And oh my goodness, you guys, if you did not attend the show this year, put it on your calendar for next year. It's always the third full weekend in October. It's a beautiful location. Rhinebeck, New York was like full of like the most incredibly vibrantly colored trees and the blue skies. And the Sheep and Wool Festival is full of all sorts of woolly, sheepy kinds of things, from the actual sheep and wool to anything made out of wool. They even have food vendors who sell like lamb and sheep based meals. I'm vegan, so I did not participate in that. And when I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, is that really okay? And then, of course, yes, farmers are farmers. You need to make it a cycle, right? Like a full cycle. So, Sheep and Wool Festival, Rhinebeck, New York. It's just a beautiful event, and it's completely volunteer run. They had over 30,000 people attend on Saturday this year. So amazing, amazing event. And it was the people, the promoters, the other vendors, everybody is just amazingly lovely and so much fun to kind of reconnect with. And it was just so nice to be at the show for the first time in 3 years, you guys. It had been quite a while. So if you're local to me, I will be doing a little trunk show on October 29th at the Dolphin Studio Stockbridge address. It's 11 Main Street, Stockbridge, Massachusetts. The hours are from noon until 4 p.m. on Saturday, October 29th. Little trunk show, Dolphin Studio calendar pickup day. So if you're a local person and you've ordered your calendar for pickup, you can do it there. And if you have no idea what the Dolphin Studio is and what am I talking about, I don't know. The Dolphin Studio is our family business that my sister and I run, and we screen print really gorgeous calendars. So a little different from textile upcycling, but it's all tied together by yours truly, because I do both. So thanks again for tuning in today, you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you next week at 2:30 p.m. In the afternoon rather than a typical morning slot. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day.